Was it enough? Was it enough tonight to sell you on All In? Tony Khan looked like he went all in tonight, man. We got some major changes to the All In card on Sunday night. And honestly, I thought tonight was the best go-home show that the company's done for any major show that they've done all year. Leagues better than what we got last week. We're going to talk about all that after what was an explosive AEW Dynamite post-show last week, man. We're going to talk All In. We're going to talk all the major happenings tonight. All the build tonight. Jon Moxley, Fenix had a banger of a match. Proud and Powerful are back together on AEW television as Mike Santana makes his return after a year out. And MJF, Adam Cole, the final push for the mega main event on Sunday night at All In. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse's already at the venue. I'm heading there right now. I got my cold beverage. And I'm getting ready to fly out tomorrow night to meet everyone in the United Kingdom. And when I get there, I got one question for all you guys, and you better answer it. What the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
AEW successful? Why is Tony Khan running his promotion better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are running Monday night and Friday night? Long-term booking.
Guys, thank you so very much for stopping by the channel once again tonight. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for August 23rd, 2023. I'm your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Wednesday evenings, wherever you may be. As always, joined by not my flight partner for tomorrow, but my UK partner for the next couple of days, the man of the hour, Jesse. What is going on, man?
The London Smark is coming.
Man, the London Smark.
Yes, man.
The
Or the
United
UK
Kingdom
smart. I think
smart.
I
Yeah,
wanna
the
be the
UK
UK
smart.
smart.
Yeah, the UK smart
Or
sounds a little bit better.
or wait, no, I can be the London smart. You can be JD from UK.
I like it. It's got a nice ring to it. JD from UK.
There we
JD
go.
from the UK. Like it.
There we go.
There we go, man. You know what else I like, man? I like this show tonight, man. It was leaps and bounds better than what they did last week, as last week really left a bad taste in our mouth. One of the worst Dynamites, I think, of 2023, especially that second hour. But Tony Khan and company, man, they brought the heat tonight. They rectified a couple of things. They made some major changes for the All In card, as he promised there would be changes on the media call for All In. And honestly,
How'd that media call go?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. The media call, man. I must have been asleep through it. I didn't hear a fucking thing.
Man.
Oh my goodness, man. The people that
before we go any further, man, let's shout out the Funkster, man.
Yeah, we'll get there. But again, I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. Yes, before we get into the Dynamite stuff, rest in peace, Terry Funk passed away today. I didn't read much up on it. I know he wasn't doing all that well to begin with, but the influence of Terry Funk, man. I went back as soon as I read the News Zone to where I went back. I was actually on the train coming home from the gym today. I went back to the ECW One Night Stand 2006 match where he teamed with Tommy Dreamer against Edge and Mick Foley at the Hammerstein Ballroom right here in New York City. One of my favorite WWE Terry Funk matches on one of my favorite pay-per-views ever. It's definitely in my top 3, ECW One Night Stand 2006. Comes out fucking wielding a piece of plywood wrapped in barbed wire, 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire. Then he sets it on fire. He's bleeding from the fucking eye. I mean, man, Terry Funk, you know, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but when you talk about influential wrestlers, man, I said it on Twitter, he's going to be one of those guys that when wrestling is no longer of this earth, Terry Funk's influence will still be felt with what he's done in the world of professional wrestling. How many people are influenced nowadays by what you see, what you saw out of Terry Funk? A whole legion of people. So his influence will never go away. It will never be forgotten.
Yeah, you know, and even for the better or worse, because I mean, who we kidding? Let's be honest. The style that him and Mick Foley, you know, and all those guys worked back in those days it's just not the style that pro wrestlers should be putting their bodies through. But it does feel like trailblazers like Terry Funk put his body on the line and did horrible things so that the wrestlers today do not have to.
Yep.
All right. And I feel like that's an ultimate sacrifice. You know, I don't want anyone to go back and see his matches and then try to duplicate that style, because it's just not a safe style to work. It was entertaining as all hell. I mean, even like the smaller things that he did, they all came off as extremely harsh. But ricochets, you know, Ray Phoenixes, you know, how many John Moxley?
Yeah.
How many wrestlers do we see today that has taken great influence from Terry Funk? You'd be hard pressed not to find one. But it does feel like the talent today has found the good parts of his style, found the way to implement it, and still tried to find some ways of being safe while doing it. I think it's safe to say this business would not look the way it looks overall, as far as the spots that we get, without the things that guys like Terry Funk has done.
I mean, look at the indies. Look at the death matches. Look at the Nick Gages. Look at the Masha Slamoviches. Look at the, look at all those guys in GCW that fucking pick up a light tube and pick up a sack of thumbtacks. I mean, where do you think they got that from? Look at Sami Callihan.
Yes.
Where do you think they got all their influence from? Terry Funk?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. You know, and it really must hit guys like Mick Foley really hard to see that too, man.
Yeah.
So you know, thoughts and prayers to his friends and family, man. That's rough. It's hard to not feel like pro wrestling cut his life extremely short.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be memorialized on Friday Night SmackDown with a little video package of sorts. I'm sure he'll be memorialized by AEW when we get into Collision and into All In on Sunday. So rest in peace, Terry Funk, an absolute influence and a legend on the business that will never be forgotten. And I'm glad that I was actually, old enough to figure out and have the pleasure of watching what he brought to the table. Honestly, I was still of a very early age when I heard of Terry Funk, and his style and his attitude, his entire self was really eye-catching to me. So I'm glad that we got to live through the influence that he brought to the sport that we all love.
Yeah, I agree, man. Pure greatness says 79 isn't short.
Yeah,
Clearly,
it actually is.
You have not seen the last decade of quality of life that this guy has lived.
Yeah.
So his life, come on, man. His quality of life, was terrible because of pro wrestling.
Yeah. Anyway, thoughts and prayers go out to Terry Funk and the Terry Funk family, and he will certainly be missed. Tonight, Jesse, before we got into Terry Funk, I was going to say that I thought tonight was probably the best go-home show that Tony Khan has delivered all year. And my question to you is, I enjoyed the show. I thought the show was great. Outside the main event, which I thought was just a rushed, fucking hectic, weird, unimportant, tag team title match for the Ring of Honor tag team titles. Minus that, I think they delivered on every single aspect. Everything that we complained about last week, he rectified this week, and that's something that he is very good at. And I know Tony Khan, I'm not bullshitting you guys. He knows what we do here. He knows the things that we say. He knows the opinions that we have. And he is somebody that takes the complaints and the feeling of the online wrestling community, he takes them to heart. And when they don't like something, when we don't like something, the fan base of AEW, when they don't like something, he goes out there and tries to make it right. That much I can appreciate about Tony Khan, and he's done that every single time there has been a major, major, major complaint about the show. He delivered big tonight, and they sold a lot of the matches that we were a little, indecisive over, and I thought it was a great show. So I ask you, does tonight's go-home show, does it... I don't want to say fix, because it's not really fixed. Does the go-home show tonight, with what we saw, change your mind and make you a little bit more excited about what we're getting on Sunday night?
Okay, to quick answer the question, no. But relax, everybody. Put the goddamn keyboards down. All right.
Oh, Jesse, how you doing?
Seriously. But I want to go back to what you just said a second ago first. So, yeah, the fans, they'll let you know how they feel if they don't like what you're putting out. But before that, the fans that follow AEW, Tony Khan's core audience, when he's producing the stuff that we expect, in general, as a whole, the term "you can't make everyone happy" always applies. But like the kind of content we were getting when AEW first launched, the fans will go to the end of the earth and back for you. We'll always support you. We'll buy every pay-per-view. We'll buy every ticket. We'll fly halfway across the world to Wembley Stadium to go see a pay-per-view. All right. We'll do all that shit. We'll buy all your merch. We'll do all of that shit, man. But yeah, when you start producing stuff that we're not happy with, we don't just turn around and stop watching and go somewhere else. We're going to let you know how we feel about it. That's kind of like the good and the bad, unfortunately. But I think the kind of fans that AEW is pretty much centered around, when they're behind you, they're way behind you, man. And you never have to worry about selling tickets to a venue or selling merchandise again. But the flip side is, when we're unhappy, we are dicks. I can easily admit that. But now I think the go home show was strong. Okay. I think the go home show was good. I think the go home show was badass. does it make me forget that the bill was poor? No.
No, of course not.
No,
we're not that easy to win over. Come on.
No, yeah, no, not at all. I'm glad they did get something together and to make it a little bit more interesting for all of those who were on the fence. You know, hardcore fans like me, shit, we already bought tickets to the show. We already booked flights to fucking London, man. So, I mean, it is what it is for us. But the build is so important. It's so important because there's going to be another big show or another pay-per-view coming up at some point, and I'm going to look back and say, well, the build for that show was terrible. I don't know if I want to invest in this one just yet. I want to see what we get first. So the go-home show was great. The build was very lackluster. The match selection was kind of weird and unorthodox, and that's from just not knowing what backstage politics or issues or hoops need to be jumped through and everything else. But all in all, man, I still just feel like I'm excited to go to the UK. I'm excited to see the wrestling fans over there. We heard they are extremely rabid and everything else. Can't wait for that. And when we get to Wembley, man, we're gonna have a good fucking time because the talent that's gonna get in the ring, everyone is gonna step between those ropes, no matter what was booked for this show. The talent is going to give us 100% of everything that they fucking have. And they're going to do everything possible to make this the most memorable show in AEW history. And we already know that. So that's what I expect. And that's what I know I'm going to get. I mean, that's all we ever get from AEW pay-per-view. So that's why I expect it.
Yeah,
so I'm going to enjoy myself.
Yeah, Tony's Mr. Pay-per-view. He's not gonna deliver a subpar pay-per-view. He always delivers. He's always got something up his sleeve. He's always got a surprise or two. Now, I'm not really concerned about that. Was the overall build for All In lackluster? Absolutely. Should it have started after Forbidden Door? Absolutely. Was there? It looked like after tonight he had a little bit more struggle than we actually realized with a mixture of injuries and who can't fly over there and things needed to be changed. And, I'm not saying that he didn't have issues and didn't have problems putting together a card. I mean, something of this magnitude, and it seems like it always hits AEW when they are at their highest and when they're, doing something absolutely unbelievable. It's always like they got a problem, a fucking visa issue or a devastating injury or something's got to be changed or a fucking arrest or something going on. I mean, it's a whole rigmarole of things. Yeah. But, he did have a lot of change because of things that were beyond his control. And I'm not saying that we should go easy on him because of that.
Well, welcome to being a booker.
Welcome to being the fucking man running a wrestling business where the most unpredictable thing, if you think it and conjure it, it will happen.
It'll happen.
So he's got a roster that is so vast that a card could have easily been put together. And Drew and I talked about this last night. Things could have been changed to tweak it, to make it a little bit more enticing and make it a little bit better. Everybody's wanting FTR and Punk versus the Elite. Everybody wants Omega and CM Punk. Those things can't happen right now. It's easy for us to say, well, Tony Khan's the fucking boss. Whatever he says goes. If he wants it, these guys should be jumping up and asking how high. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe there's legal things. We as fans and we as podcasters, we sit here and we have the liberty and the fortunate circumstances to say whatever the fuck we want without a lot, behind that because we're not there. So I'm not doubting that he had a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But the build, I think we can all understand the build. Like, you could have had 4, 5, 6 weeks of build coming out of Forbidden Door. I mean, Forbidden Door was at the end of June. You had all of July and all of August. And Jesse, tonight, I felt like tonight was the first fucking day, the first night that they actually had some sort of direction of a build. And it comes on the Wednesday right before the fucking show on Sunday this weekend. Yeah. That's the problem that I have. And that's what I take away from it. It's like, clearly you know what you're doing. Clearly, you have the resources to deliver the type of show that we have been asking for over a stretch of a number of weeks. But why did it have to come in the 11th and a half hour? Why couldn't it have come 7 weeks ago? Like, that's the problem that I have, and that's what I don't think Tony Khan understands.
No, I 100% agree, man. To take what someone told me not that long ago, as far as creative writing goes and planning, this kind of stuff should have been mapped out and planned out a long time ago, with contingencies, with what ifs, with the possibility of injuries to easily slot here and there. So then it'll be easier to, patch up going forward, as opposed to trying to come up with it at the last second. I know that's hard to do when you're also trying to produce 3 other television shows a week. All right. That is the part where I know it gets difficult. So if you're trying to do all this stuff by yourself, that would entirely explain why the build just came together so late into the stretch. Maybe if someone else was doing everything else and you were just overseeing it and you were only booking All In, the biggest show in your company history, maybe the focus would have been a little bit more, a little bit more down the road, a little bit more centered, a little bit more sensible. And then, you're going to get your injuries. You can fix this here and there and here and there and things like that. But everything started coming apart. Everything for All In, who we kidding? Let's be honest here. Everything for All In started coming apart at Brawl Out. All right. Right there, that situation right there already started fucking up the main event that everybody's been asking for already. So you got to deal with that. Then you got to deal with injuries as well. But if you're more focused, not more focused, but if your focus is separated into Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, let's not forget ROH. They have pay-per-views as well. You probably stretch too thin.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But at the end of the night, I thought they delivered a solid go-home show. I don't necessarily think that I'm any more excited than I was last week, but I appreciate the fucking effort, and I know the team that Tony Khan has put together. I know what they're capable of. We've seen it very consistently, and it just seemingly has gone away going into their biggest show of the year, and it does come off in a way that they sold 80,000 right out of the 60,000 right out of the gate. They're totaling near 81,000, and it does come off like they took their money and they went home, and they would we'll put on a show and the fans will be happy, whatever they get. It's like, come on, man. Vince McMahon does that with WrestleMania. Why do you need to do that? You're better than that. You call yourself the alternative. This is supposed to be bigger than WrestleMania. You're hyping it up as bigger than WrestleMania this year. So prove it and do what you need to do to make them see that you're better than them at their own game. That's another thing that I had a problem with. It's like you want to brag about this being the biggest pro wrestling show in the history of the business. That's great, attendance numbers. But is the card going to be able to back it up? And I don't mean that in a negative way, because the card at the end of the night, we're going to be eating our fucking bullshit. It's going to be a great show. But is it worthy? I'm thinking about fucking, a 10 out of 10 card with the matches that this man is capable of making. Is the card on paper suitable enough for 82,000, 83,000 people at Wembley Stadium? The answer is no, because there's only 2 matches that I'm really genuinely intrigued by. I'm buying my fucking ticket to celebrate the success of this company because I love AEW. No matter how many people there are watching us right now that think that I'm a fucking asshole, I enjoy what these men and women do. And I'm flying out there to see MJF. I'm flying out there to see Adam Cole main event this fucking show. That's the reason. And if I wasn't going, they're the reason why I'm buying the fucking show. Those 2 guys, FTR and Young Bucks. That match, 2 of the greatest tag teams in the history of the business. Those two teams right there. And Jesse, after that, it's basically all you got. You're not buying the show for CM Punk. You're not buying the show for Punk and Joe. You're not buying this pay-per-view for Kenny Omega in a fucking 6-man tag when he was supposed to wrestle, supposedly, Bryan Danielson. That was before he broke his arm against Okada at Forbidden Door. You're not buying this you're not buying this show for Darby and Swerve and Christian. That's where I'm coming from. That's the way I feel. But you guys may think differently. I don't know.
Nah, I don't know. Look, I said the problem started with Brawl Out. Somebody said, look, Jesse's blaming Punk for this. So you think about Punk? I said Brawl Out.
Jesse never mentioned CM Punk.
I said Brawl Out. Brawl Out was a clusterfuck.
I didn't know CM Punk. I didn't know CM Punk was the only one involved in Brawl Out. I mean,
he was not.
Did he brawl? Or did he brawl with himself?
He wouldn't brawl himself.
Did he brawl with Larry? I mean, did him and Larry get into a scuffle?
I was actually referring to the way that TK handled the Brawl Out situation. But I'm glad that someone's always thinking about Punk.
Well, I mean, Punk's got TK by the balls, so it's it is what it is. But we won't go there. We don't need to get blacklisted ×2 over here, you know.
Yeah, see, there he goes. He's blaming Punk. I'm like, where do you get these people, man?
Listen, at the end of the night, very good go-home show. I thought they were very, very direct in what they needed to do. It just came a little bit late in the game. Will Ospreay and Chris Jericho had a tremendous segment. We're going to go over what was said there. And Will Ospreay dropped a little bit of a bombshell. He's got 6 months left on his New Japan Pro Wrestling contract. And he's already alluded to that he may end up in AEW. Jericho, he's the type of guy that's going to shut a lot of people up. And I think that match may be the sleeper match of the night. And there is no better dance partner for Chris Jericho than possibly the #1 pro wrestler right now on the face of the planet, and that is Will Ospreay, depending on who you talk to. I got MJF this year. Some people got Will Ospreay, but you can't really deny both of those guys and the great work that they've done. They sold that match for me tonight. Moxley and Rey Fenix had a fucking banger of a match tonight. We saw the return of Mike Santana, who looks absolutely fucking jacked to the gills. I hope I end up looking like him when my gym sessions are over. You know, so Proud and Powerful is back on TV. They have joined the Blackpool Combat Club. We'll go over that. Young Bucks and FTR had a sit down. It was a great brawl to open the show, which kind of felt, again, a little bit late in the game here with Takeshita and Kenny Omega, Bullet Club Gold, the Elite, FTR's out there to save the Elite. So we got a lot to talk about, and we got some major changes to the show as well. AR Fox out of Wembley. Rey Fenix out of Wembley. Nothing to do with injuries. We'll go over it and why those two guys are out and who AR Fox was replaced by. The man who hates dead fathers, apparently, Jesse. Our boy Christian Cage. Listen, man, Christian is doing some superb work right now in AEW. He is fucking amazing. I could watch this man all show. Seriously.
He's looking fantastic, man. I mean, who knew? You know, when Christian Cage came in, we didn't expect much from him. As a matter of fact, we got kind of disappointed. We thought he was overbuilt and overhyped. I think Christian Cage is over-delivered in AEW.
Yeah.
And cannot deny that at all. And I think Chris Jericho may have heard my comments. If you see, he put a tweet out the other day, you know, it basically said, you know, no, don't count him out. You know, he can still go and stuff like that. I mean, hey, I'm not counting you out, man. I mean, I just don't think anyone is Superman, and Father Time catches all of us. And I don't think that Jericho now is the same level as Jericho was 20 years ago.
I think he'd be the first person to tell you that.
First person to say that. I mean, and it's not a knock. I mean, I look, this Jesse is not the same Jesse you would have gotten 20 years ago. This JD is not the same JD you would have gotten 20 years ago. This goes for anybody. And
no, I'm better.
You get better with age. So there we go. And unfortunately for Chris Jericho, right now he is facing someone who is just as good as Chris Jericho was 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah. Ospreay's
fucking great. So if you can keep up with him, man, I'm here for it. You know, I hope so, but I don't expect them to, man. That's just physically impossible. You know, that's all I'm saying.
And we will also talk about badass Billy Gunn. It's not daddy ass anymore. He's not daddy ass with the Acclaimed. He's badass Billy Gunn. We may have new trios champions come Sunday night at All In because the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn. Well, hopefully that's the case. But we have the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn against the House of Black at All In. I'm glad the House of Black is actually on the show. But I'm asking TK kindly, where's Andrade and where's Malachi? Is that also something that has to do with the visa issue? Like, did we finish Andrade and the House of Black up with the ladder match against Buddy Matthews? Why isn't Andrade, unless he's saving it for All Out? I don't know. I mean, that was tailor-made for All In. Andrade versus Malachi, but we got a trios match anyway. I don't know.
And we got All Out a week later, man. Speaking of pay-per-views with no build, is there anything going into All Out right now?
Yeah, Miro and Powerhouse Hobbs. Yeah, and Darby versus Luchasaurus.
Okay. High Life says he's tired of all these visa issues. I have the solution. Switch to MasterCard.
Oh, is that your solution for Tony Khan and his roster with the visa problems? Okay.
Or American Express.
Okay, there you go. Thank you for that big tip and trick there.
No problem. Anytime.
Anyway, guys, I appreciate you joining us on this Wednesday night. We're going to get into it in just a second, but we have some important business to take care of. Jesse and I will be flying out to the United Kingdom tomorrow night. I'm leaving here around 7 o'clock. I'll be in the air. 7:30. I got to check my itinerary. I believe it's 7:30. And I will be landing UK time on Friday morning. Jesse will be flying around the same time, but 1 hour earlier from O'Hare Airport in Chicago. So we will be landing roughly around the same time. And Saturday is when the main event is. I know Sunday is All In, but the main event for what we do here, man, we are going to All Bar 1. Waterloo, Saturday, August 26th, 7 p.m., British summertime. The AEW All In off the script meet and greet. So if you guys want great food, cocktails, craft beer, make sure you guys mark that down. I want as many of you crazy SOBs to show up and have a cold beverage with us. Now, I need to keep the cold beverages to a minimum because I know when I get there and I meet everybody, everybody's going to want to buy me a fucking old-fashioned. I got to take it easy, man. I'm on a diet. I'm working out. I can't cheat that badly, but we're going to have a good time, man. I may have about 3 or 4 of them, but we'll keep that away from Genius. I'm only kidding, bro, if you're watching.
I am slamming all drinks back, bruh.
Jesse's on vacation. I'm working. Jesse's working too. He'll be on the podcast with me on Monday.
I'm drinking on the job.
But make sure you guys come and join us, man. All bar 1, Waterloo. Come and join us. It's going to be great. We may even sing a rendition of Red Skies. I don't know. Depending on if they have capabilities there, man. Maybe we'll put it on the jukebox. I don't know. But I want to see as many of you crazy fucking people out and meeting us, man. It's going to be a great time. And hope to see you all there, honestly.
I'm just looking at this place for the first time. You found the most yuppie bar in London.
Listen, man, it's the most accessible. People get on the tube no matter where you're coming from, northwest, east, south. You get on the tube, and it's easily accessible, man. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And then I'll let you guys know where Jesse and I are gonna be on Sunday, because I know a few people are gonna have a problem getting to us on Saturday as you're coming into town on Sunday for the show. When we get to Wembley on Sunday morning, I'll let you guys know where we are. We'll have a little meet and greet as we go into the show. We'll get some lunch. We'll have some beverages, and we'll do our thing. I'll have my camera with me. Should be good stuff. But hopefully I see you guys out there for the meet and greet on Saturday night. Most of you anyway. Follow us on social media at JDfromNY206. That is me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Go follow Jesse at Chi-Town Smark on Twitter and on YouTube as well, as he covers Impact on Thursdays. Is that the only thing you're doing on the channel, Jesse? Just Impact?
It really is right now, man. I want to focus on Impact. The thing is, nobody believes me that I don't watch WWE anymore. I don't. You want to know why? Because I'm trying to focus on getting into the Impact storylines and keep up with AEW. I can't keep up with Impact, AEW, and WWE. So I'm really going all in on Impact. We're gonna increase the content, but we're gonna do it slowly and gradually, and then we're gonna continue it. So we're not adding shit and then taking shit away. So we're gonna make sure we're consistent with the Impact uploads. But once I get my feet wet and once I get more comfortable, and I can sit and talk about AEW for weeks, You know, because I've been there since day one. I've been all in on all of it, no pun intended. But with Impact, I'm picking it up on the fly. I got fans and people who are watching me who know way more about the product than I do. So I don't want to keep pumping out shows and claiming to think that, hey, we should do this and do that when I have no idea. There's still people returning that I have no idea who they are. So I'm learning as we go. As I get more familiar, yeah, I'll be more comfortable uploading more Impact content. So it'll come maybe early next year, I'm thinking.
That's great, man. I'm very happy. I'm very happy for you with the Impact stuff, man. It's good stuff.
You know, after about 10 seconds, I can see what the hell you're doing, right?
Oh, man. Anyway. Why does JD have Pokemon on his desk? I don't know, man. I got Charizard. I got fucking Dragonite. Yeah, look,
Pokemon.
I'm a fucking geek, all right?
Jesus Christ. I hope you catch some Pokemon in London, bro.
Bro, what are you talking about? I'll be playing Pokemon Go everywhere I go.
Good.
What are you talking about?
Fuck.
It's Pokemon Go Fest, man. Of course I'll be playing Pokemon Go. Anyway, where was I? You were talking about Impact, man. I'm happy for you, man. I got to keep the Impact slander to a minimum now, you know?
Tell you, man, everybody, I don't get how people talk shit, but then when some of these stars show up on their favorite, you know, shows, like, oh, this person's here. Well, they worked for Impact a month ago and you hated them. What the fuck is... What?
Listen, man, you got Clucky on
Jordan
the
Grace
desk.
shows up in AEW.
Who? Jordan Grace? Oh, yeah. We like Jordan Grace, though.
I like Jordan Grace, man.
You got Clucky on the desk. Why can't I have Pokemon?
Hey, man. Clucky is an exclusive member of the OTS family, bro.
Okay.
Jeez.
Anyway.
Clucky was at WrestleMania. Where was the fucking Pokemon?
Who?
Right.
Clucky was at WrestleMania. Clucky made his debut at WrestleMania. Clucky was more over
the
than
main event of WrestleMania.
Clucky actually walked out a bigger winner than Cody.
Yeah. In the main event of WrestleMania, Clucky. So, hey, man, just put some respect on Clucky's name. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, guys, go follow us on social. I'll have content up throughout the rest of this week. I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit difficult to cover SmackDown. I won't be covering SmackDown. I'll be skipping SmackDown. We'll probably be skipping Raw as well, but I'm going to try and get content up. I'm going to have my camera with me. If there's any news, you know, obviously I'm not taking the fucking venue with me overseas. I'm not taking the green screen. So we'll be doing some in real life shit, man. If something breaks and there's news, I'm going to find a nice little fucking spot in the middle of nowhere out in London. I'm going to sit my ass down with my camera, film, upload, and give you guys content the raw way, bro. So it's going to be a little bit different, man, but I'm excited to go. Should be a lot of fun. So I'll have videos up tomorrow. I'll have videos up on Friday. Jesse and I will be doing an all-in post show on Monday from a very, very beautiful podcast studio that I've reserved for us. We got a 3-hour block, so hopefully we get everything we need to get done in the 3 hours. I'm sure we will. So it's going to be a good time. And then Jesse and I will be attending the show on Sunday night. And then we'll have festivities after the show as well. So it should be a good time. And I genuinely hope I see a lot of you guys out there, man. You crazy fans over in the United Kingdom. Should be a good time. And go check out all the other stuff on the channel. Hit the thumbs up. Get those super chats in. I want to shout out my guy who donated another $100. Jason Barker with the $100 super chat right here on OTS. He says, sup, y'all. Great show tonight. My tweets were delayed because I had to watch the show after I made dinner. Very good all-in card. Jason, you fucking savage, man. What is that, like 9 days in a row with a 100 bomb? Oh, my goodness.
That's awesome, man. King James said, Jesse, I don't know a single Impact star, my guy. LOL. He doesn't know who Trinity is.
You don't know who Sami Callihan is?
He does not know who Deonna Purrazzo is.
You don't know who Moose is?
You know who Eric Young is?
Who? Oh yeah, the guy. Oh my God, man!
There we go.
Now we get the ball rolling. You see, Jason gets the ball rolling.
Two with not my name mentioned. Man, fuck these guys. Okay.
Billy Sizane with a $100 super chat. Do we see Edge in AEW soon? Enjoy the UK. My buddy Mike says, have a few whiskeys. Well, Billy, I appreciate you. And Mike, we will definitely be drinking some whiskey, brother. Thank you guys so very much for all your support, man. You guys are awesome. And again, Jesse and I can't wait to get out there, man. It's going to be good.
Yeah. Bully Ray is there. He has never heard of the fucking Dudley Boys.
Tommy Dreamer?
I have not seen him in Impact yet.
He's not on TV?
No, he is not. No.
Okay. Well, you know, Masha Slamovich is over there, and everybody should really know who she is because she's fucking great.
Masha, look, don't mention Masha without Killer Kelly, bro.
Killer Kelly's great too.
They are fantastic. They're they're tag team champions, right?
Yes, I do.
They are faking.
I mentioned that on commentary on Friday when I did Hog.
I got to see that match that she did, man.
It's great. So great. Charles Mason versus Masha Slamovich, man. Really good stuff. Anyway, let's get into this Dynamite breakdown here. We started off with it was supposed to be a tag team match that really never got started. And Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks made their way out for their 6-man tag team match against Austin Colton and Juice Robinson. By the way, Jesse, we're going to be in the UK. I wonder if we can find out the real reason. We may actually end up finding out the real reason why Juice Robinson is rock hard. We might find it out.
I gotta tell you, bro, you care way more than me. Just throwing that one out there.
No, I don't care. I don't care really that much, but it's something that's been on my mind, man.
Oh yeah, I bet, man.
Fucking guy, man. You gotta ruin my fucking joke, right?
No.
Maybe. Listen, man. Maybe that's the reason why we're blacklisted.
Why? Because we don't like Juice's rock hard. Okay. Oh my god, man.
Anyway, the lights went dark for this. You know, that's AEW's typical thing. The lights go out. Oh my god, who is it? What's going on? Yeah, lights go out. And a spotlight shined on Juice and on the Guns on the stage, posing. And Omega and the Bucks jump-started a fight with them on the ramp. And in the ring, Juice, he jabbed Nick in the gut with a chair. And the ref grabbed the chair. Juice punched him. The Bucks stereo super kick Juice. The Guns attack the Bucks as Jay White gets involved. There's a brawl that's happening in the middle of the ring right now. Takeshita came in and threw his weight around. He nailed Omega with a big clothesline. Jay and Juice choked Nick out with a cable at ringside. FTR ran out there, and they brawled with Bullet Club Gold on the ramp and at ringside. The Bucks then joined back in. Omega recovered and made a comeback against Takeshita. He set up for the one-winged angel, but Takeshita slipped free and retreated. So the bell didn't ring. We didn't get this match. This match, by the way, was advertised. So we got an advertised match that did not go on as advertised, and AEW decided to just go with the Pier 6 Brawl route. We did not get this match restarted and happen later in the evening that I thought that we would get, since this contest got ruined here in the open. But it did add steam to the 6-man, Jesse. I don't know what else Tony Khan and company can do to really sell this. It really does feel like it's thrown on the card because you can't leave Kenny Omega off the show. You can't leave Adam Page off the show. You get Kota Ibushi and the Golden Lovers back, teaming up for the first time in God knows how long. You get Jay White on the show. You can't leave him off the show. He's had a tremendous last couple of months on Saturday night. Juice is coming along, and he's doing his own thing. And then we got Takeshita with the Kenny Omega aspect there. I'm assuming they'll have a match at All Out. I mean, it did add steam. It did add a little heat to this. But at the end of it, bro, it's, again, and we touched upon this in the beginning, it just reeks of last minute.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And I got a question for you. Is it a good idea to put Cash Wheeler in a match with the Bullet Club? I mean, come on.
Wait a minute, he's not. What are you talking about? He's not wrestling the Bullet Club. You mean in a segment, in a brawl with the Bullet Club?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just joking. AEW locker room. I'm kidding. A little levity. Come on.
Listen, man, I'm not going to touch upon that anymore. I'm glad that he's able to go over there. I'm glad we're getting the match. It was a no-win situation for Tony Khan. I mean, We talked about this also with Drew on Tuesday. I mean, what is he supposed to do? You know, I don't think that Cash was the type of guy to withhold that type of information. I think, you know, Cash went to AEW management and said what he needed to say to them. And what were they supposed to do? They had plans for this match. And if Tony Khan said, no, we're not going to do the match. We're going to change the match. We're going to pull the match, pull the plug on it. You know, fans would have jumped down his throat. Like, there was a no-lose situation. Or no-win situation, rather. So.
I actually agree with MJF's broad tweet on this 100%. I mean, no one's perfect. No one's claiming to be perfect. And at the end of the day, I mean, this is the part where my 2 cents is thrown in. At the end of the day, no one was hurt in Cash Wheeler's situation. No one was physically hurt.
And he's never been in trouble either.
No one was hurt. It was a bad situation. We have accusations. He said did not, whatever. At the end of the day, no one was hurt. Everyone went home safe. And he is still, within his legal rights to leave the country and go work. As far as I'm concerned, it is his own personal business at this point for me.
Yep.
But I will still laugh at it. Oh, it's funny.
He will be there in the United Kingdom. He will be there in that match at Wembley. And that's all we, as fans, should really care about.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. I don't care. Hopefully he moves on from that situation. It's a lesson learned. And, Cash and Dax can get on with what really matters here. And that is, to us fans, what they do on TV.
Yep.
Renee. She was the busiest woman in all of pro wrestling this week, man. On this show alone, she was all over the place. She interviewed MJF backstage, and this was a great segment. She asked how he feels going into All In at Wembley in front of 80,000 plus. I'm going to be real chubbed up, he said. If there's one thing I know about myself, it's that I can't get enough people chanting my name. So Daddy's trunks are going to be awfully tight in London town. He said he's the 2023 version of the British Bulldog if he was Jewish and a good public speaker. I love you crooked teeth Brits too, he said. There you go.
That's a dick.
Even when he's a babyface, he's still a prick. You gotta love it. He asked the fans to make the main event the loudest in the history of pro sports. I'm sure it will be. He said he'd buy everyone a pint. Renee asked if he really would. MJF whispered that he didn't mean it, but he'd make Tony Khan buy it. Renee asked about wrestling twice, including a Ring of Honor tag team title match. He said it's the most pressure he's felt in his entire life. He says it's been the biggest event in pro wrestling. Or it is the biggest event in pro wrestling. He said it doesn't happen without the people who paved the road in pro wrestling prior. He said it's insane that he's the biggest headliner in pro wrestling history. He said it's insane that he is that, and he listed names like Hulk Hogan, Bruno Sammartino, Dusty Rhodes, John Cena, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, and The Undertaker. He says he's standing on the shoulder of giants. He said if he wins this weekend, he will become a giant himself. Said it's a lot of pressure, but he's ready for it. Renee said people are speculating about whether his relationship with Adam Cole is authentic. She threw to clips of the tension between them over the past several weeks, but left out Cole teasing kicking him from behind last week. MJF said he's never had a genuine friend before. He says he's not trying to be funny. He said that's real. He said Adam has made him a better person in a short period of time, showing him he can trust and he can let his guard down. And he got very kind of soft-spoken here. He said Adam isn't just his friend, but he's his brother. He said brothers fight and push each other and are competitive, but at the end of the day, brothers hug it out. He said he understands why fans have reservations about trusting him. He says he's far from perfect. He asked everyone to imagine the worst thing he's ever done and then said he's probably done it twice. He told fans he's been vulnerable for the first time in his life, and he told fans to go on the journey with him and be vulnerable alongside him. And I promise you, you will be rewarded. Is that going to mean heel turn or babyface? I don't know. And that is the first promise in my life that I intend to keep. He says he's not just a scumbag, he's your scumbag. MJF said he can't wait to headline the show with his best friend. He smiled, and that's the way the interview concluded. After last week, I really appreciated MJF selling how important this match was, what this main event meant to him in his career, what the title means to MJF in this spotlight. He, we always speak highly of Max on the show. Adam Cole is fucking great at what he does. He is top 3 NXT champion of all time in WWE, one of the best pro wrestlers on the face of the planet. And if I was to main event this show with one match, this would be it. I don't think anybody realized how big this thing was going to get with MJF and Adam Cole and this best friends relationship and this storyline. But I expect these two guys to kill it. So coming out of last week, MJF sold it. Adam Cole sold it. This week, Jesse, he's basically kind of, I would say, kind of sympathizing with all the turmoil that fans expect. And he's trying to kind of dumb down the turmoil that fans are expecting to see come out of this match. And he's projecting that he really is, at the end of the day, a good guy. Now, no matter how you swing it, fans are going to say, well, MJF is nothing but the devil in sheep's clothing. He's pretending to be a good guy, but he's really not. We could say the same thing about Adam Cole. That's the beauty about this storyline. MJF can turn, and from what we've seen, Adam Cole could easily turn as well. The unpredictability is riding high going into this, and I think that's what, to me, is one of the biggest selling points of this entire main event on Sunday night. You just don't know where it's going to go, and when you got all those things kind of nicely flowing, it makes for a fucking main event worthy of being the headline for the biggest pro wrestling show in the history.
Yeah, man, this is a pretty big spot. Something I didn't think about till right now. I really hope that Adam Cole is back in shape for this match. Don't forget, he's had a long layoff, and this is his first big match situation where we legit need an Adam Cole like performance out of him. He's had some TV matches here and there, but this is a big one. And if the rumors are true, no one knows about Adam Cole's medical history. When you're coming off of that kind of injury, sometimes you're a little gun shy with the big spots and things. We've seen what Adam Cole can fucking give us in takeovers, man, and it will tear down Wembley. So Adam Cole on his A game, and we're gonna be in for the greatest main event of the year easily. But I know he had some serious health concerns. I hope those are past him, and he's ready to give us everything he's got. Because if he does, we know MJF is in shape. He just went the distance with Bryan Danielson. If Cole is up to it, then we're gonna get a hell of a fucking main event, man.
Well, I think AEW management has been very good throughout their 4.5 years, 5 years, to know when to do something and when not to do it. The fact that Adam Cole's wrestling twice in the same night, I think that they deem him ready to go. And I think Adam Cole's ready to go. So I don't think they'd be putting him in that spot if he wasn't. Now, the vibe of MJF's promo here was vastly different from what we saw of Adam Cole. MJF, was down to earth, explaining to you that Adam Cole is genuinely his best friend, his brother. Brothers fight, brothers get competitive, but at the end of the day, they're still brothers. And they love each other. Adam Cole's promo, Jesse, when he sat down with Renee, was not so much the same tone at all compared to MJF. But when Renee asked him, and we'll get to it a little bit later, because it happened later in the show, when Renee asked him about the match and brought up Roddy, that's all he complained about. And he got very angry, visibly angry, and walked off and didn't even fucking say anything about the match. It was just about Roddy, and his feelings got upset about Roddy and his relationship with Roddy. Why can't I have two friends? Why do I have to only have Max as my friend, was the vibe that I got. Why can't I be friends with Roderick Strong? So what did you take away from that? Because the vibes were just completely different between the two.
Yeah, I think that's gonna come into play in the outcome we're gonna get from this. Clearly, Roddy's gonna be, instrumental in the outcome of what we get at All In. To what degree, we don't know. We're guessing, speculating. I think that we're looking at not Adam Cole, MJF's new stable, But nonetheless, I mean, if we don't see, Strong show up in either the buy-in or the main event, I mean, I'll question why this was even done. But yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be, MJF siding with Strong and forming a new stable, man.
Yeah, I could see that. And I know we've kind of pitched that for the last several weeks. I could definitely see that playing out. Again, the unpredictability is riding high in this, and there's going to be all eyes and ears on London for this main event. Very excited for these two guys. Very excited to be there to witness this all go down on Sunday night. So very excited about that. I was excited about this match that opened the show, man. Moxley and Rey Fenix. This is coming off the heels of what a lot of people were claiming was one of the best matches in Rampage history with Rey Fenix and Commander. I watched a little bit of it. I mean, they tore the house down. But Moxley and Rey Fenix, man, this was an absolute banger. Crowd was into it. And I even said it on Twitter. By the end of this match, I felt like I really got the essence of what we all fell in love with in the beginning when it comes to AEW Dynamite. You got Jon Moxley in there who goes balls to the wall every time he's out there. He is one of the faces of the company, if not the face of the company. And then we got Rey Fenix out there, who is just one of the most spectacular luchadors in all of the industry, who I said, I prefer him kind of solo. I think he would do well if they let him go solo. He just needs to fucking remain injury-free. But he's always been bit by the injury bug. These two had a tremendous match. The fans were fucking eating everything these two did up in the ring. And Moxley got the win, which then paved way for what we saw at the end of the match, which we'll get into in just a second here. But we'll pick it up after the commercial break. And Moxley planted Fenix with a pile driver. He went for cover, only got a 2 count. Moxley then takes his boots right to the face of Rey Fenix. Fenix kicked up, spinning kick right to the face, double down for him and Moxley. So we got another kick. Moxley countered a rolling cutter by Rey Fenix into a rear naked choke. Fenix flipped into a roll-up and got his rolling cutter very quickly. Fenix connected with a big kick and followed with a massive frog splash off the top for a 2 count. Moxley fought out of a fireman's carry. He transitioned into anvil elbows, caught Fenix, who was springboarding off the rope with a forearm midair. And then we get these two going back and forth in the middle of the ring until Moxley cut Fenix off in the ropes and connected with an avalanche Death Valley driver, which Fenix kicked out of. I don't know why. That should have been the end of the match, but here we are. An avalanche Death Rider. And Fenix kicked out. Moxley was shocked. He quickly locked on a rear naked choke, and Fenix ultimately just passed out from the Bulldog choke. Post-match, Claudio and Wheeler Yuta hit the ring with crowbars, and Fenix was taken out until Eddie Kingston and Penta came down. They were stopped by Ortiz of Proud and Powerful. Music hit. We also saw the return of Mike Santana, who is Ortiz's partner in Proud and Powerful, who attacked Penta while Ortiz smacked Kingston with a sock full of baseballs. Blackpool Combat Club, Santana and Ortiz bailed as the best friends in Orange Cassidy came out to make the save on them. And then doctors run out to tend to Fenix, who apparently was laid out with a crowbar after Wheeler Yuta slammed the crowbar in his face. The stretcher was brought out. Fenix was loaded up. He was loaded into an ambulance, and the ambulance drove off, and he was written off of television and off of the Wembley card for All In. Now, I know there's a lot to digest here. The match was great, Jesse. Let me get you quick thoughts on the match and what you thought of the return of Proud and Powerful joining the Blackpool Combat Club.
They teased it. They've been teasing it, for a little bit now, and I was kind of hoping for it. Glad we got it. Is that what's gonna happen? Are they in the BCC, or are they just?
We don't know. I don't know if they're in the Blackpool Combat Club. They would fit in the Blackpool Combat Club, but I think right now it is, the way that I see it is, it may just be a pairing that makes sense for the short term, because I know that the Blackpool Combat Club just had that parking lot brawl with the Best Friends, and the parking lot brawl that we saw at Daly's place with the Best Friends on the opposite side of the best friends then was Proud and Powerful. So, they have a common ground here. They don't like the best friends. So I'm assuming that's why they're teaming up here. And it did get made into a 5-on-5 instead of being a 6-on-6.
Good. I hope we get these guys back in the tag division.
Yeah.
I would like the tag division to focus on more than just, the Bucks and FTR as it pertains to the titles.
Yep.
So I'm glad they're back. Man, these guys, can easily be a dominant tag team in AEW. That's what I'm hoping for this return. I mean, more than anything else. The match was cool. I mean, the match is what I'm gonna expect from Moxley and Ray Fenix. The thing I enjoy most about Moxley is his ability to adjust his in-ring work to whoever he's in the ring with. And it's not necessarily to do the exact same thing that they're doing, but it's just the style that he may choose to work will be a good a good counter, a good yin to the yang to whoever he's in the ring with. And Fenix is turning into one of those guys where, because he gets hurt so much, every time he does a big spot, I'm sitting there looking at it like, please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt. Yeah. Please don't fucking get hurt. I mean, I don't want to say he's injury prone. I don't think that's fair, but but the spots that he chooses are very dangerous, and sometimes they do get the better of him, more often than not. But I thought the match was fantastic, though.
Yeah, I'm very happy to see Santana back with Ortiz. I know there was a lot of reports back early on when Santana first got hurt, and then we had a couple of months where he got surgery, and we were hearing reports that he didn't want to be with Ortiz anymore, and they had a real life falling out. I don't know what the issue was there. It's none of our business, but I can tell you firsthand from my point of view and my opinion, I'm glad that they are together because I don't know how much value. Now, Mike Santana is somebody that I could absolutely see go and break out on his own and be a singles guy. I don't necessarily know if that would have happened in AEW, but he definitely has the look and the size and the promo to be a great singles guy. We've seen it before. Ortiz, Jesse, is the one that, obviously you've seen nothing of Ortiz since Santana's been out. AEW didn't really find much value in Ortiz, but where Tony Khan's going to find value in Ortiz and Santana is when they are together. They are powerful, no pun intended, together. Away, they're not. So this may be the best thing for them. Santana can still work singles if he wants while maintaining a tag team with Ortiz. AEW could use another top-tier tag team, which they are, and I'm just glad that they're back. They both look to be in the best shape of their entire lives. I'm happy that they're back. I mean, I miss them.
Yeah, me too. And now Jen's already, calling Ortiz the Jannetty of the. I don't think that's true. I think with them together, they're not only already over, but they can reach so much greater heights together than they ever will individually. I think if you break them up, I don't think that they will never get over. I think them getting completely over as singles is an uphill battle. It's a complete uphill battle, and it's not a guarantee that it'll work out for either one of them, my belief. But I think together that it's already a done deal. They'll be at the top of the tag team division. Yeah. So, I mean, it just seems like a better route to take together, and I hope everything is worked out with them and they're on smooth terms and conditions with each other. So that's what I hope for.
I'm sure we'll find out the reason for that at some point. And more than likely, Santana, with him being out for the year that he was, Tony Khan took care of that and added all that time that Santana missed, on his contract. So, where is he going to go? If he still wants to fucking venture off a year from now and go do his own thing, he's more than welcome to go do that if he wants to go do that. But right now, I think what's best for him, especially for the next year he's going to be there, is to be with Ortiz. So hopefully they came to an understanding and, that whatever discrepancies that they had are resolved for now. But them being back and them being at Wembley, what a fucking in-ring return it's going to be for Santana after a year to come back and return at this show. That's exciting, man.
Yeah, I agree. I can't wait to see what they got planned for this return, man.
So Fenix was loaded into the ambulance. He was written off. He's not injured. he's got visa issues and he's not allowed to travel with the company going into the United Kingdom. So that's why he was written off the show. That is why they made it a 5-on-5. And I don't know. I mean, we were hearing all sorts of names, but we got the Blackpool Combat Club. We got Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler, and
from Boston now.
Yeah, Wheeler, Water, and we got those three, and then Santana and Ortiz makes 5. Makes a lot of sense now. Then you got the best friends. You got Orange Cassidy, you got Eddie Kingston, and you got Penta. It's just a lot more manageable that way. I'm not crazy about the Stadium Stampede. I'm not. I feel like it's just a selling point for the fucking game and the new mode that's coming out. But it should be fun, and they're probably going to cause a whole hell of a lot of chaos, man. I don't know where they're going to be. I don't know where this match is going to be conducted, but they may end up tearing fucking Wembley to pieces.
Good. I hope we get to see it.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Bastards.
If anybody got a beach ball, throw around in my section, man. I'd love to see Claudio just come and rip a beach ball away from somebody.
Don't entice these people to bring beach balls, man.
I know.
Claudio hates beach balls.
Anyway, we got more Renee here. She was with Sammy Guevara asking him about what happened to Chris Jericho at the hands of Don Callis and Will Ospreay last week. Matt Menard, Angela Parker, and Daniel Garcia interrupted and said Jericho accepted the offer last week while Callis was exactly who they thought he was. Guevara said Jericho was about friendship, and he said he would always have his back. Parker said they are making sure Guevara doesn't make the same mistakes that Jericho did, and questions if Jericho would be there for Guevara. Menard and Parker left, while Garcia took a second to stare at Guevara before leaving as well. So they're trying to cast some doubt here in Sammy Guevara if he could really trust Chris Jericho. At the end of it, Jesse, do you see Chris Jericho maintaining a babyface run, or is he going to go and turn heel after wrestling Ospreay, who's going to be the hometown hero in the United Kingdom, only to turn babyface, to turn heel, and then wrestle Sammy Guevara in a heel versus babyface program with Sammy?
Yeah, I'll admit, I have no idea what direction Chris Jericho's character is going right now.
No.
I have no idea what's going, because it would make no sense to do a turn and another turn right away, then a turn back. I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on. So he's babyface now. I'm expecting them to stay babyface. Maybe form a tag team with Sammy Guevara at this point. I don't know. But is he gonna turn and then turn back and turn? I think he's gonna stay face for a while. I think they just disbanded the JAS and made sure that he stuck with Sammy. I think as they start to rebuild the tag division, I think, and I hope, because this might not be the worst idea, that we get Sammy and Jericho, in a tag team in this rebuilt tag team division here in AEW.
I actually don't hate that. I don't. Yeah. I think that actually may be best for now, and then you can play off them being, good friends, and then one turns on the other, and Jericho wants to turn on Sammy. It's a very simple enough story to tell, but I wouldn't mind that. I think that would be a great addition to the tag team division.
Yeah, same, yeah.
Will Ospreay and Chris Jericho, speaking of Jericho, we had a contract signing for their big match at Wembley at All In, and Tony Schiavone moderated this thing. He introduced Ospreay for the contract signing with Jericho. Ospreay and Callis walked to the ring. Schiavone apologized for omitting Callis' name. He then introduced Jericho, who walked out with Guevara by his side. Don Callis said everybody wants to know why he did what he did last week. He said it can be summed up in 4 words. Will, by God, Ospreay. He said the only thing better than having Jericho in the Don Callis family was playing a part in ending the greatest career of all time. Fans started to chant, "Shut the fuck up," in Georgia. Callis said he had to make Ospreay an offer he couldn't refuse, which was Jericho's head on a platter at Wembley. He says he threw away 34 years of friendship in favor of money and power. He says he chose writing history over watching it, and he chose Ospreay over Jericho. Callis said a couple of years ago, Jericho almost died in England. That's a true story, by the way. He said he'll be in Ospreay's corner at Wembley to be sure that job is finished. Ospreay told fans to shut up so he could speak. Ospreay said the match at Wembley is going to change his life. He So the day before he wrestles Chris Jericho at All In, he's doing an indie show to get as many paydays as he can so he can put his 4-year-old stepson through school. What a heel, huh? Yeah, what a heel. Is he supposed to be a fucking heel in this thing, Jesse, right? And
what are we doing here?
It's like, how am I supposed to fucking boo Will Ospreay in the United Kingdom if he's got his son that he's trying to put through school?
Trying to feed his damn stepson, dude. What are we doing here?
Jesus fucking Christ, man. He said, he will be the only person to say he's defeated Omega, Okada, and Chris Jericho in a span of 2 months. He said in 6 months, his contract with New Japan comes up. He says he knows the millions he is worth because he's the best wrestler in the world. He says he's better than the Elite. He's better than Bryan Danielson. He's better than CM Punk. He said beating Jericho is rocket fuel for his future. And then he signed the contract. Jericho then took the microphone and told Ospreay he wouldn't have accomplished those things if it wasn't for Chris Jericho. He said 5 years ago, the pundits and the sheet riders and the Meltzers were all predicting that he'd be in a wheelchair before he was 30 years old, like his hero, the Dynamite Kid, because he was so reckless. He says he cold called Ospreay and told him to tone it down because if he didn't, he wouldn't have the longevity that he's had. He said listening to him gave him a chance to be one of the all-time stars in the business. He says he was supposed to face him in 2021 in the Tokyo Dome before the COVID lockdown, but that's then and this is now. There's no lockdown now. He said this is the biggest show in pro wrestling history, so it's the biggest match of his career. He said it means more than any WrestleMania and any Tokyo Dome event. He said this match means more to him than anyone else. He says he's coming into the match from the top of the mountain, with everyone trying to knock him off, with every dipshit social media hater trying to predict his demise. He says he has to be the best Jericho he's been to beat him, but Ospreay has to be the best Ospreay he's ever been to beat Chris Jericho. He told Ospreay to prove it to his family in front of 80,000 of his countrymen. And don't make me regret that I picked up the phone and I called you 5 years ago. And don't make me regret that I kept you from being in a wheelchair. Ospreay then knocked the mic out of Jericho's hand. Ospreay got in Jericho's face and Jericho slapped him in the face. Security separated them. And we got a big melee in the ring with both of these guys being held back by their respective camps. This was a great segment, Jesse. Ospreay's passion was fucking great. His promo was great. Fans were on his side. I don't know how you're going to look at Ospreay and hear Ospreay with that type of passion tonight and then go into the show and then fucking boo him against Chris Jericho. On the other hand, Jericho's the babyface, supposedly, in this thing, and he's going into enemy territory where he's not going to be the babyface. He's going to very much be the heel. So why am I cheering for Jericho here and not Will Ospreay?
I think this was a situation where they want to keep Will Ospreay heel going forward because it'd be very easy to just have Jericho go heel and have Ospreay as a babyface going into All In.
Yeah,
but it seems like the long term goal, like past All In, is to keep Ospreay heel, which for me is the right call to make. I mean, I don't know what babyface Ospreay necessarily comes with, but I know heel Ospreay is fucking awesome right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I want to keep that up. So if that means, we get the heel going into his hometown, getting his cheers, that's fine. What's that going to mean? It probably means we're going to get a rematch of this in Chicago with Jericho now getting the cheers.
Clearly, Jericho heard the rumblings online about when the match was made, how there was a large majority of the audience on social media that was a little disappointed with the announcement of this match. They rolled their eyes. Is that the best you got for Ospreay? I'd rather see Ospreay versus Omega. We're not getting Ospreay versus Omega because New Japan wants match number 3 at Wrestle Kingdom. Okay, I'm sure there are political reasons why we're not getting Omega and Ospreay. Now, Jericho, I do feel, is going to be out there to prove a point. And I do feel that when Jericho gets to Sunday and gets in the ring with Ospreay, he's going to prove a lot of people wrong, because when Jericho hears shit like that on social media, I think the last time people made fun of him, Jesse, I'm not sure if you remember, People were calling him dad bod. They were calling him out of shape. People were making fun of his physique. He comes back, he looks like fucking, like he just transformed overnight. He looked fucking phenomenal. And then there was one instance where he couldn't execute a lion salt, and he botched it. And then he came back the next week and did fucking the lion salt as perfect could be.
So does that mean we're going to get a little bit of a botch fest at All In, and Jericho's going to come back and fix it at All Out?
No, I honestly, I don't know if that's the case or not, but I do think that the match could be a sleeper match of the night, for sure. And I do think that with all the talk about, Will Ospreay being in a wheelchair if he doesn't slow things down, I think this is the type of match that Ospreay needs. We know what Ospreay's capable of. This is the type of match that Ospreay needs. And Ospreay is the type of opponent that Jericho needs at this stage of his career. So this is why I said last night when I was live with Drew, if you're Chris Jericho, you could not ask Tony Khan for a greater opponent for this type of show than Will Ospreay. I think it's going to be a good match. Am I over the moon about it? No. But I can't really sit here and scoff at Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay at All In front of 80,000 people in Will Ospreay's home country. I can't sit there and tell you I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Of course I do. It's just, it came out of left field, and a lot of people, I understand their disappointments about why we're getting this and not something bigger for Will Ospreay.
I agree. And I see all sides of it. And I'm sure I have no doubt that, I've never had a doubt that when Jericho gets out there in that match, he's going to do everything in his power, to prove all of the doubters wrong and then give us the best match possible. It's just a matter of his, him actually being able to carry through on that. Like, okay, so when he botched that lion salt, I don't think he intended to botch it. I think he intended to give us a fantastic lion salt. It just turned out it didn't work out well that time.
Yeah.
Then he came back and redid it. I mean, look, I get it. I mean, the one's a bigger, Jericho. If I love Jericho, man. I mean, and even this run in AEW at this current time in 2023, I love what Jericho is doing. It feels like on paper, because we just saw Ospreay tear the house down with Omega. It feels like on paper that Jericho could be swinging a little bit over his head a little bit on this one. Now, who's to say that Ospreay doesn't slow down and then come to a better speed and a better pace for Jericho to put on a better match? That could be possible as well. But then we'll be looking at that saying Ospreay gave us a little bit more in his Omega match. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope the match comes together the way they hope they want it to. I have no doubt that it's possible. I'm just wondering if that's what we're going to get because of the difference in ages and career points that these two are at right now.
Yes, Fozzy is playing Jericho to the ring. Jericho will be singing his own theme and then walking down to the ring to wrestle Will Ospreay. Yeah, so Fozzy will be performing Judas. That should be great. I've never seen Fozzy live, so it'll be my first time in a stadium this size for a wrestling event of this magnitude, and it's the first time I'll be hearing Chris Jericho sing live with Fozzy. Awesome. There you go. Renee, she's all over the place. Sat down with Adam Cole.
Poor Renee.
She threw to highlights of his friendship with MJF so far. And by the way, I forgot to mention this because I didn't put it in my notes, but I was thrilled about it with Renee. When Ray Fenix was being loaded into the ambulance and she wanted a word from Eddie Kingston about what had happened, she didn't anticipate this, but Eddie Kingston denied an interview with Renee Paquette because he said, "Did you see what your husband did out there? I'm going to take care of it." She's like, "I didn't ask you to take care of it. I'm going to take care of it at Wembley. I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to take care of it." And that's all Eddie Kingston said. He stormed off. He didn't even want to talk to Renee because of, the fact that she's married to Moxley and what Moxley did to Ray Fenix. I love that little fucking attention to detail, man. That was great.
Awesome. Love it.
So she sat down with Adam Cole. She threw the highlights of his friendship with MJF. She asked what all this means to him. Cole said not in a million years did he think he could become best friends with MJF. He says they've had a ton of fun together. He said Max helped him find himself again. He said when he was first back from his injury, his confidence was at an all-time low. He said MJF restored that confidence, and he'll love him forever for that. She asked what it would mean to Cole to become the AEW champion. Cole says he never got into pro wrestling with the intention of just being a wrestler. He said his intention was to become the best. Said being the AEW World Champion solidifies you as being the best pro wrestler in the business. He says he doesn't just want to win the match, he needs to, so he will. Renee then asked about the Kingdom and Roderick Strong and how they're questioning Cole's trust in MJF. So they showed a highlight with Cole last week considering hitting MJF from behind. Renee said those moments make people question their friendship. He lost his temper. He stood up. He started to yell at Renee. He yelled into the camera and said there are no issues between him and Max, and that is the last time I am going to express that to you people. And then he stormed off. Completely different vibe from what we got with Renee and MJF earlier. Adam Cole, angry, MJF, down to earth, appreciative of the friendship, explaining what the friendship with Adam Cole means to him. And as soon as Roderick Strong was mentioned, Adam Cole blew a fucking gasket. That's the story right there, man. Something there. Where is it going to come from? What is it going to be? That's why we're watching on Sunday night.
Let's see what we get, man. Let's see what we get.
We got Darby Allin and Nick Wayne against Swerve Strickland and AR Fox with Prince Nana. So this was a Texas Tornado match, by the way. This was basically Tony Khan pulled a Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon. They basically gave you the tag team match at the pay-per-view, which is a coffin match, and basically the same thing as a Texas Tornado match, but with coffins. You got to put your opponents in a coffin to win the match. This was basically the pay-per-view match minus Sting. That's what we got here on Dynamite. So this match went 11 minutes. Swerve and Fox are at ringside. Darby hits a double coffin drop. We go to commercial break. We get back from break. Darby gets in the ring and breaks up a cover on Nick Wayne. He's on the defensive here from Swerve and AR Fox. He then dove onto Swerve at ringside, which looked ridiculous. Darby put Swerve on a chair, but Fox landed a shooting star press on him. Fox put Darby on the chair at ringside. Swerve landed a double stomp that slid onto Darby's throat and chin area when he came down. Wayne was bleeding from under his nose, and Swerve kicked him in the face for added measure. Fox then gave him a corkscrew brainbuster for a 2 count. Wayne took an absolute beating here, but kept kicking out at some pin attempts. He avoided a top rope 450 splash by AR Fox. Now, this was the turning point of the match. Swerve, Darby's taken out. Darby's nowhere to be found. He's on the outside. So it's basically a 2-on-1 here with Swerve and AR Fox against Nick Wayne. Swerve is looking into the hard camera, and he's gloating, and he thinks he's got the match won, and all AR Fox had to do was go up top, nail a big move, pin Nick Wayne, it's over, and the Mogul Embassy get the win, right? So Swerve, not paying attention here. AR Fox is up top. He misses a 450 splash. Nick Wayne moved out of the way. He rolled up Fox. Swerve didn't know. He turned around late, and by the time he turned around, Darby pulled him out of the ring and was holding him down. Half of his body was out of the ring, half of his body was in the ring. He couldn't make it into the ring or reach to break up the pin, and AR Fox lost because of Swerve's incompetence. As Nick Wayne, an 18-year-old kid, beats AR Fox on Dynamite in this Texas Tornado tag team match. The match itself was fine. But the real story came after the match. Swerve broke out into this hysterical laughter, this maniacal laugh. He told AR Fox he always comes up short in big opportunities. He said this was a test tonight. You failed it. He says he couldn't even beat an 18-year-old child. He says he can't trust him in a match at Wembley. You lost to Nick Wayne. How am I supposed to trust you at Wembley? Fox was trying to plead with him. Please, let's talk about this. Nana then said on behalf of the Mogul Embassy, AR Fox, you're fired, pal. Brian Cage all of a sudden comes out of nowhere and clotheslines the hell out of AR Fox. Swerve had his back turned in the corner, didn't even look at it. Darby and Nick Wayne came back out with Sting. Swerve, Nana, and Cage left the ring. Darby told AR Fox that he wouldn't be there if it wasn't for him because he changed his life. No matter what he's done to him, he'll always credit him for what he's done. He helped him up and said, I love you, man. He hugged him. Darby said this Sunday he asked who they've got to face them at Wembley Stadium, and Swerve and Nana just laughed. Now, before we get into the next segment, let's stop there. AR Fox, Jesse, kicked out of the Mogul Embassy. Not allowed at Wembley. Not going to be a part of this match. Now, initially, I thought that this was Tony Khan making the appropriate changes because this match needed a little bit more star power. And he said that changes were going to come, and we got this match changed, and we got Christian added to the match to give it a little bit more oomph. Now, it's not because he thought Christian would be the better substitute in this match, which we all know by default he is. It's not anything AR Fox did. I don't think Tony Khan wanted to change this match. But the thing is, AR Fox is also in the same boat as Rey Fenix. He can't get to Wembley. He can't get into London because of visa issues. So 2 visa issues, Jesse. AR Fox got removed from Wembley. My question to you is, why did we get weeks of television with AR Fox joining the ranks of the Mogul Embassy, only for him to then get kicked out of the Mogul Embassy at the end of this right before Wembley? It's like they wasted our fucking time.
Yeah, that part made no sense. I mean, if he can't get to London, then he can't get to London. That's fine. I mean, we can, write him off the show without, taking him out of the group. That kind of made no sense. And it also feels like they rushed everything as far as when they kicked Fox out and then they had Darby come out and befriend him right away. It seemed like that could have happened next week. I mean, it's like right away, like he was kicked out. In comes Darby, and then right away he's on this team. I'm like, wait a minute.
Or not even next week. On Sunday would have been sufficient after he helps him win the match.
Well, Fox can't be it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm thinking ahead. That's how fucking tired I am. Yeah. Next week would have been perfect. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, just to let it breathe. Oh shit. Remember what happened to Fox? From Swerve and everything else. Next week, Fox comes out.
Yep.
Talks his shit. About Swerve, and then in comes Darby. And to do just what he did here. It just seemed like, I'm like, why are we doing this so fast? What is the rush? Like, what is the rush here? But yeah, I agree with kicking him out. If you can't make the show, can't make the show. Find another way to get him off the show, but I keep him in the group. This group is groups like this, when formed, are supposed to benefit guys like AR Fox the most.
Yeah.
So kicking him out right away was a little too soon, as far as I'm thinking. I'm with you on that one.
We had that great segment at Nick Wayne's home, where they infiltrated his home and him training. They left him a bloody mess. AR Fox was a part of that. Yeah. And Darby should be fucking absolutely seeking murder because of that. And literally 2 weeks following that scene, he gets kicked out, AR Fox, of the Mogul Embassy, and Darby Allin is just ready to accept him back with open arms. He just left his fucking best friend, Nick Wayne, in a puddle of his own fucking blood while he took a picture of his father and bashed it over his fucking skull, leaving shards of glass in his head. I mean, what type of sense does that make?
And also, if you have visa issues going in, I'm not waiting to the week of the show to wait for you to clear up your visa issues. If they're not cleared up by a certain point weeks ago while I'm writing story, then I'm just going to write you out of the match, man. I mean, I can't wait till fucking Wednesday to find out if you can work on Sunday.
I mean, when was this match made? When was the official announcement? Last week? A week before that? How long ago? 2 weeks,
I don't
maybe?
remember.
Give or take?
I don't remember exactly, yeah.
I mean, visa issues aren't really cleared in a week, 2 weeks. I mean, so why did they book the match with AR Fox knowing that potentially there was a strong chance that he was not going to be able to make Wembley with his visa issues?
That's my question. We don't know what those issues are. Maybe they were told that it would be cleared up, and then they got, the runaround and it didn't. Who knows? But at the same time, still, I'm not going to book the match if you don't even have a visa. I mean, get that straightened up, and then we'll throw you in the match at the last minute. Tonight has proven to us they have no problem throwing in matches at the week of.
Yeah.
It'd be easier to throw a match in rather than change one that you've been pressing for the last few weeks. So I don't know why they did this.
Tony Khan's roster is so deep that for him to find a replacement is not going to be that difficult. Now, I didn't know who was walking out. I'm like, who the fuck is going to walk out? I thought we were going to get something of a surprise on Sunday. But to everybody's attention, out And walking down the aisle comes Christian Cage with Luchasaurus in the TNT title. Christian said they were 2 steps ahead of them. He addressed Nick Wayne and said, "It's nice to meet you in person." He brought up his dad and noted that Nick Wayne had a father, but his father is dead. He says he's never heard of his dad, so he doesn't have a lot to look up to. He says if he were him, he steered clear of Wembley to avoid seeing a coffin door close on someone else he cares about. He told Wayne if he plays his cards right, that being that he doesn't have a father and that his father is dead, he can be a father figure to him and mentor him. He said everyone knows every fatherless man needs a mentor, and Christian sided with Swerve Strickland. Christian is fucking phenomenal. I'm glad that he's actually on Wembley. This is the perfect candidate to take AR Fox's place. But again, we got a lot more questions than we do answers. You know, if Tony knew that AR Fox was going to have visa issues, why wasn't Christian in the match to begin with, being that Christian has been feuding with Darby, and Darby's going after the TNT title and wrestling Luchasaurus at All Out? So it does make sense. Tony Khan's very fortunate that by adding Christian, it actually makes more sense now that he's in the match than AR Fox, to me.
Man, is it appropriate to put Christian in the category for
Heel of the Year?
No, comeback wrestler of the year.
Yeah.
Just he seems to be just back to WWE form right now. And it's all in his mic work and very little in-ring stuff. You know, it's amazing.
Listen,
he's
man,
killing it.
With the Adam Copeland news that dropped today, where WWE is not giving Adam Copeland a contract because they could not meet his demands, I asked on Twitter, what type of demands does Adam Copeland want? I mean, I think he understands that at this late stage of his career, the creative is going to be, kind of cherry-picked. What does he want creatively? I mean, I don't see Adam Copeland wanting a world championship. He doesn't fit into those plans. I think out of everybody, he would understand that.
He wouldn't want a championship. He's not out for the money.
I mean, he's not out for the money, but I mean, maybe he wants the same type of money that he's getting. Why would you re-sign for less money, and not the same amount of money that WWE offered him 3 years ago? Maybe WWE couldn't match the $3 million a year that they gave him the past 3 years. And with the Endeavor deal looming, who's to say that really isn't going to be an issue for everybody moving forward? Maybe it is a money issue. But my point is, Jesse, you don't think Adam Copeland's been talking to Christian on a weekly basis about what they're doing in separate companies? You don't think he sees what Christian Cage is doing over there? You don't think he sees how much Christian's having fun over there and the potential that Christian, with him teaming with Christian again and wrestling all those names that we've brought up already, for the last several days. If he jumps ship, I'd be fucking over the moon to see Adam Copeland in AEW. It's more now of a possibility than it ever was before. And with Christian having this renaissance to bring Adam Copeland in, man, I mean, that gets me excited to see what Edge can do away from WWE and in that formulaic setting, man, that same old bland, boring setting. Can you imagine Adam Copeland off the chains, bro, fucking doing what Christian's doing in AEW, man? That gets me excited.
When Adam gets there, and he is going, man. I mean, I see other people say he's not going there. It'd be stupid. Why would he go over there? Those are the people who just don't want him to go there. But the writing's all over the wall, and it makes sense. And it would make sense. It would make what Christian's doing over in AEW come off even better.
Yeah,
even better. Edge will be able to come in and help that situation. And I mean, at the same time, he's going to pop the fucking roof off everyone, who watches wrestling. This is huge. And this is big. Not once did I imagine when TK signed Christian that we could be getting Adam Copeland as well. So that's amazing shit, man.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. And Tony Khan's already probably got Metalingus bought and fucking reserved for Adam Copeland. Right. I mean, it's got to be that. I mean, I would be highly disappointed if he's not, coming out to his usual theme. But I mean, I'm jumping the gun here. I'm very excited about that. And I will say before we move on to the next segment, Adam Copeland, ever since that Roman and Bryan match at WrestleMania, he hasn't really done much creatively. There wasn't much to really sink his teeth into. Everything kind of just went downhill after that. Christian, the last year and a half, has actually had a better run for his career than Edge has had in WWE.
Yeah, he did. And someone just asked if Alan Ray just asked if he has a 90-day.
No,
he does not have a 90-day. If his deal is structured the same as normal, he does not have a 90-day because he's gonna ride out his contract. Now, if you do your whole contract and leave, then you're entitled to go wherever the hell you want the next day.
Yeah.
Now, WWE are notorious for being dicks and releasing someone at the very end of their contract, which would then enact the 90-day non-compete clause.
Or they'll find some fucking time that he was out and didn't previously add time onto his contract and then figure out, hey, you know what, we'll add those days on top of his contract now. So at the end of September, you think you're leaving, but now it's more like November.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
WWE
can be very petty with that, but no, he's not going to have a 90-day because if his contract is up when he says it's up, and that's at the end of September, there's no 90-day attached to that. He could basically show up the following week on AEW television, but he more than likely won't. They'll save him for a bigger deal, and he's not going to be at Wembley. He's not going to be at Grand Slam. He's not going to be at All Out. So I think everybody needs to calm down with Adam Cole and jumping ship immediately. He's not going to be showing up with these big shows coming up for AEW. So we'll keep a close eye on that and monitor it, but I do think that he is going to end up over there when all is said and done.
Does he keep the name Edge?
No, I think that's trademarked by WWE.
It's completely up to WWE. They could give it to him.
Yeah,
they gave Cody his last name back while still in AEW.
Yeah, but if he's Edge, if he's Adam Copeland, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
FTR and the Young Bucks, they sat down with Renee, who's all over the place. She asked about FTR running out of the locker room to aid the Bucks against Bullet Club Gold. Cash said it's not because they're friends or buddies, but rather they want to find out at Wembley who's better. The Bucks said fair enough. Renee asked if it feels like the biggest match of their careers. Matt said it felt impossible for the first All In to draw 10,000 fans, and now it is even bigger. Nick says he feels that he and Matt are made men, whereas FTR have to beat them to make their case as being the best. Cash said there's a lot in play in this match. Dax said this match is personal to them. Dax said the only tag team that stands in their way or stands in the way of their legacy is the Young Bucks. Matt says he gets it. He mocked Dax's voice and brought up his family. Matt said they are the reason they have jobs in AEW. Matt said it's just something that got awkward. I know it got awkward for you guys, but one day when all is said and done and they decide to hang up their sneakers, they will be known as the best tag team ever. He said FTR will be known as the team that the Young Bucks named on their YouTube show. Dax says they are the foundation now, and they'll crack their foundation at All In. So, a little friendly competition, man. Here, man. We got the boys in FTR coming out and saving the Bucks from a beatdown because they want them healthy enough to prove that they are the best tag team out of the two teams here at All In. I mean, it's as simple as could be.
Now, do you think that promo from FTR, you think that was a shoot?
In regards to which line?
I don't know.
You thought it was a shoot, huh? I see what you did there. Okay. This fucking guy.
Wondering.
Now, I asked Drew this question last night. I'm going to ask the same question to you. I think it does have a bearing on what happens. Do we see, because of what happened to Cash, do we see new champions at Wembley?
I don't think we do.
No?
No. Well, let me put it like this. I don't think we should have seen FTR become champions when they did. I think we should have seen a chase.
Yep.
All right. So to transition here, are we going to see the Bucks become champions? I don't think we should. I think we should see the Bucks chase. But now that being said, thinking about how FTR got the titles, maybe we do see an instant change. I don't think FTR should lose those titles right now just so easily. Bucks want to challenge for the titles. Okay, next match they get them. I mean, come on, dude, give me something here, man. I'll take an FTR heel turn, to be honest with you. Just give me something here to work with rather than big match title change. What real story did we get from this build, man?
Nothing. It's just tag team, FTR, greatest tag team in the world against the Young Bucks. One of the best tag teams in the world. Who's the best tag team in the world? That's the story.
No, this build does not deserve a title change, in my opinion.
I could see why you say that and where that's coming from, for sure. Ruby Soho versus Sky Blue. Oh my goodness. I didn't really care about this, Jesse, to be quite honest with you.
Right, but you care about Juice Robinson's okay.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey. I know what I like. I liked things in this match, right? And I didn't care for where this went. I mean, I just don't care. Sky hit Skyfall after a commercial break. Soho came back with a no future, and then Destination Unknown. That's basically it. Afterwards, Soho looked into the camera and has challenged Jesse, Chris Statlander. She says, "I've got my eyes on you." So she wants the TBS title.
Why is Chris Statlander not at the pay-per-view?
Because the women's division is in shambles. That's why. No direction.
Are you trying to get unblacklisted or what?
I'd like to, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well.
I mean, tell me when I'm telling lies. Can't.
We started on that guy, man.
Soho wins in 7 minutes. Nothing.
This match was a must-see.
Renee interviewed Roderick Strong, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett of the Kingdom. She asked Strong what he knows that they don't know about MJF and Adam Cole. Strong said, at the end of the night, they'll find out who the real MJF is and who the real Adam Cole is. So they are clearly foreshadowing what is to come on Sunday night. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
We found out that Billy Gunn is back. The Acclaim marched out looking very serious. No raps from Max Caster tonight. Shivani says he's never seen them like this. Bowens called out the House of Black, and the lights went out. Fans cheered. House of Black made their way to the ring. This was a 3-on-2. The Acclaim's music then played again, and Billy Gunn came out. He walked to the ring as the House of Black retreated to ringside. 3 guys afraid of one Billy Gunn. It's amazing, you know. So Billy said on the microphone that they wanted his attention. Now they got it. He said a couple of weeks ago, after they beat him for a second time, he unlaced his boots and he left them in the ring. He said he was okay with retiring, but last week they jumped Max and Anthony. You guys hurt one of my kids. He said that wasn't enough, though. He said they destroyed his boots. He says they pissed on his legacy. And he said for that, he will wrestle one more time in front of 80,000 people. I'll take everything from you. He said the fun-loving daddy ass can't make the trip, but there's a badass coming to London by the name of Billy Gunn. I thought the promo was good, man. You forget how good Billy Gunn is on the promo, you know?
No, I didn't forget. He's good.
He's good.
Well, it's one of his better, characteristics is his promo ability, man.
Do we see new champions?
No, we see a heel turn from Billy Gunn, bro.
We're finally getting the heel turn. The heel turn from Billy Gunn, turning on the Acclaim to do what?
Anything, I don't know. But let me tell you this. Anything less than a heel turn, I'm going to sit here and ask why Billy Gunn went through all this boot removing bullshit.
To sell you on the fact that you don't see a heel turn coming.
Yeah, that made sense when you said it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, listen, man, unless I hope if we get the titles off of House of Black, man, they got something planned for Malachi. They got something planned for Brody and Buddy. Maybe they move Brody and Buddy into the tag team division. Maybe Malachi moves up for a singles title. I don't know. International title, a TNT title, a world title, who knows? They need to have solid plans behind them. I don't want them to potentially drop the titles and then disappear into the fucking void of AEW.
Dude, can you think of one solid reason why House of Black should lose those trios titles?
No.
Me either. So that's not happening.
All right, who knows, man? Wembley, Billy Gunn, he doesn't have a lot left.
He better bring some extra boots to leave in Wembley, bro. It's not happening.
We'll see. Well, I hope they don't lose, but, you never know. And then the main event, the Aussie Open, Kyle Fletcher, man, and Mark Davis. They wrestled Matt and Jeff the Hardys.
Why?
For the Ring of Honor tag team titles. Man, this match, I mean, just on paper it sounds good, but man, this match, yeah, not bad.
What kind of paper you use? Okay, I don't know.
Listen, man, it felt rushed. It felt like it was fucking, it started, and then as quickly as, it came, it was over. Most of this match actually happened in the commercial break, and all this match was to set up Adam Cole and MJF to close the show, and that was basically it. So Jeff was able to fight off both guys, whisper in the wind. He made a hot tag to Matt after being beaten down. He ran wild. Side effect on Fletcher. Got on your fall. He went up for a twist of fate. Fletcher spun out. Matt fought Fletcher off in the corner. Hit a suplex. Jeff hit a splash off the second turnbuckle. Davis broke up the pin. Fletcher saved his partner in the corner and powerbomb Matt. Jeff was planted with an assisted Aussie arrow for the 1, 2, 3, and that was it. Post-match, Davis and Fletcher stood tall, saying on the microphone, there will be no double clothesline and there will be no kangaroo kicks at All In. And Aussie Open will remain the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, baby. MJF and Adam Cole walked out from the back and had a face-off, and a brawl started. Aussie Open had the upper hand. They wanted a double clothesline, but MJF and Cole fought back with some pump kicks. Davis got out of dodge, and he caught a double clothesline. Fletcher avoided a kangaroo kick by MJF as MJF saved Cole from a charging Fletcher, but Cole nearly hit MJF with an accidental super kick, pulling it and blocking it at the last second. Cole and MJF had a face-off before MJF shoulder-checked Cole and put the Dynamite diamond ring on his hand. He was about to just take his fist and punch Adam Cole in the face, but he opted to put the ring back in his pocket, and he hugged Cole instead. Cole had this look on his face like he knew what could have happened there with MJF, and that's the way the show went off the air. Very weird main event, man. You know, very rushed main event for Dynamite.
That main event did not need to happen.
No.
The only thing we needed was the segment afterwards. So, I mean, we could have just gotten that.
Yeah.
You know, just somehow just get to that segment, you know, but that match did not need to happen. We literally got a Dark Elevations match in the main event here.
Basically. I mean, we didn't need this match to take place. I would have been okay with honestly the contract signing of Ospreay and Jericho ending the fucking show, you know? But Tony Khan wanted to get Matt and Jeff on the show. We got Aussie Open. They could have easily did just a promo in the ring with this happening with MJF and Cole, but it is what it is, man. I hope we do see a kangaroo kick at the pay-per-view, though.
Ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, we'll see. But, guys, that is your AEW Dynamite post-show right here on Off the Script. I thought tonight was a very, very good show. Much better than the last week's embarrassing Dynamite. And I thought they did a very good job of building what they needed to for the pay-per-view. But like we said in the beginning of the show, it does come in the 11th and a half hour. It does come very late in the game. Why couldn't this have been done consistently over a string of weeks coming out of Forbidden Door? But all in all, the pay-per-view should be a hit for AEW. Tony Khan always delivers on pay-per-view. I'm not really worried about what we're going to get at the show. It should be great. But, you know, if you are concerned about the build and have reservations about the build, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. AEW is going to tell you that you're wrong, but you're not wrong. Because everybody feels the same way.
Bro, this time, right now, 24 hours from right now, me and you both will be over the Atlantic Ocean, bro.
Yes, we will. We will.
Ready, man?
I have my Steam Deck all ready to go, bro. I got my Steam Deck. I got WrestleQuest downloaded. We are going to do our thing, for sure.
Are you packed? I didn't pack you. I got to pack.
I got my equipment packed. I didn't pack my clothes yet. But my equipment's more important than my clothes, I think.
There you go. Just show up naked, right?
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight on the post show. If you have not, I need you to do a couple of things for me, man. Number one, hit that subscribe button. Number two, hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 800 likes on today's video. I'm leaving you guys with a nice, easy goal. We only need 106 for 800 likes. Get those super chats in. We're going to read them in just a second. And make sure you guys, if you are attending the show in the United Kingdom and you are wanting to meet up with Jesse and I, all bar one, Waterloo. The address is right there. Make sure you guys check it out. I posted it and pinned it on my Twitter page. I posted it in the community section on my YouTube channel. I will continue to post it on Instagram throughout the week. I want to see as many as you crazy fucking guys out there. So join us at All Bar 1 Waterloo. Cocktails, food, craft beer. It's going to be a good time. And I don't know what the dress code is there. Look, I was told that the dress code is casual, but don't come dressed as a slob, please. Okay?
Bro, I'm looking at
Please.
this fucking place right now.
Please.
Get dressed up when you guys come out, okay?
Nah. Come on, man.
Get dressed up, wear slacks, button-up shirt with a collar. I'm looking at this yuppie place. Now, don't get me wrong. The food and the drinks look phenomenal here, man. I can't wait to go and try everything. But it's yuppie. It's posh. Dress up.
Man, have I ever chosen a bad place for a meet and greet? Come on now.
Have you ever chosen a place that's not yuppie-ish?
What can I say? I'm a fucking yuppie, man.
There we go. Okay. The place looks great. I'm looking forward to the restaurant, guys. But yeah, he's right. If you're gonna wear jeans, it's fine. Wear some jeans. Wear a nice shirt. Okay, just dress.
Go check out all the other content on the channel. I will have videos up before I actually take my ass to the airport tomorrow. I'll be working on content all day tomorrow. And go check all that stuff out, man, on the channel. We were live with TNT episode number 10, Tuesday Night Titans episode number 10 on Tuesday, Monday Night Raw. And if you missed anything last week, everything you need is on the homepage. Joseph Taylor with a $5 super chat. JD Jesse, were you guys fans of DX in 2009, 2010? No.
No, it was terrible, man.
And the Stadium Stampede match could steal the show this Sunday at All In. Should be fun. I don't know if it'll steal the show, but Anarchy in the Arena kicked ass. Is it going to have the same effect? We will see. Matt, the PW fan, and Tyson Jones become new members. Thank you, gentlemen, so very much. What the fuck are you guys drinking, man? MGM Ballin with a $4.99. I love Christian Cage, but for me, the dead dad shtick is in bad taste and at this point repetitive. Again, he's an incredible heel, just in my opinion. Ballin, I get where you're coming from, man, but at the end of the day, you said it yourself. He is a heel, and he's going to get under the fans' skin. And that's exactly what he's done.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
You see in the chat, right under Michael Evans, I typed in clip it.
Yeah.
I didn't type that. My keyboard is under my desk. I did not type that. I did not type that.
I don't know.
I'm like, how in the fuck did that get? I didn't type that.
Well, you're a moderator.
There is no other way to explain that. I did not type that. I don't know why it's there. I did not say clip what? I did not type that.
I don't know, man. It's your wife.
Oh, crap. She has my phone out there. Jesus Christ. It is. What are you doing with my phone?
Clip
You're
it.
right. She has my phone out there. You're right. That was her. Jesus Christ.
Michelle with the $2 super chat. I can't see Darby losing at both All In and All Out. No, I think he'll lose it All Out, and I think he'll lose at All In. Actually, no, I don't know. I'm not taking that title of Christian. I think he loses at All Out and wins at All In. I think him and Sting win. I think Sting is not losing a tag team match. Sting is undefeated. He's 17-0 in tag team matches. He's not losing. Brian Edwards with 22 months. I was there with my wife and stepdaughter. The crowd was great. Great crowd tonight, man. You guys got a good show. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Michelle M with a new membership. Thank you, Michelle M. Is this Michelle Moran? No, this is another Michelle. Michelle M. Thank you, Michelle. What are you drinking tonight, Michelle? Tony Brown with a $4.99. Sky Blue doesn't require blue chews. Definitely. Tony Brown, I don't think you've said anything more true.
Yeah.
D. Bastardo with a $5 super chat. Death Triangle used hammers weekly on the Elite, and they want me to believe Fenix is out from a crowbar. Meet and greet, Grand Slam. Enjoy London. I don't know what I'm doing for Grand Slam yet, brother. I will let you guys know. Drew Gilmore, what's up, buddy? 12 months, enjoying some Sauvignon Blanc to celebrate 1 year as a VIP. It was also my 36th birthday last week, so double cheers tonight. OTS for life. Drew, that is my favorite type of wine, a nice Sauvignon Blanc. What do you know about Sauvignon Blanc, Jesse? Oh, yeah, you're not a guppy. I'm sorry.
I have no idea what it is. Like right now.
You know what? When we get to Waterloo, bro, I'm gonna order you a glass of Sauvignon Blanc.
$1 million or my life depended on it, I could not accurately tell you what the hell that is.
You know what? When we get to Waterloo, bro, I'm gonna order you a glass of Sauvignon Blanc. Okay?
Is it wine?
Yes, it's white wine.
White wine? Oh,
what? Yes.
Okay. All right.
Drew, happy birthday, brother. 36 years old, man. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Nick Williams with a $5 super chat. JD, Jesse, enjoy your stay in the UK. I heard crowds love to sing songs from wrestlers. You heard? Thank you, Nick. Jason, thank you again, brother, for the 100 bomb. You are on one hell of a streak, brother. Vernon F with a 5. Love that psychodrama t-shirt, Jesse. If you're from the Chicago area, you know.
No, you know, man. Psychodrama, local legends here. Very local. If you're not from here, you have no idea who they are. None.
Beyond the Script with a $4.99. JD and Jesse, please be safe and have fun. Don't worry, Jesse. The Taco Crew will be here. Thank you, Beyond the Script.
Oh, no.
Taco Crew staying in town, brother. They're not coming to. Actually, how much of the Taco Crew is going to be in the United Kingdom? I want to know.
We'll find out, man. We'll find out. I want all of the Taco Crew to make sure you come up to me and let me know you're a part of the Taco Crew when you see me, please.
Tank Whoa with 5 months. Big fat cheers to 5 months with you, JD. Hope you're doing well. Have fun in London, you and Jesse. Thank you, Tank Whoa. I appreciate you, man. A Thun with a $10 super chat. He says, Skull to JD and Jesse. This is payday week for me, so in your opinions, should I, as a very new observer of AEW, drop the cash to see All In? And if so, where is it streaming? I will say yes, a Thun. And normally I order through my cable TV provider, which here in New York, for me, it is Verizon. But I would recommend you do not order it on Bleacher Report. If you're going to watch it, I would recommend pay-per-view streaming from your TV provider, or you watch it on Fight TV.
Not everybody. Okay, let me correct all of that. Not everybody has a cable provider anymore.
I'm sorry, everybody. Streaming. You guys are all streaming. I still a geek that pays for cable.
Yeah, and if you're in the United States, you don't have the option of picking Bleacher Report or Fight TV. You have to pick Bleacher Report. Now, if you're in Canada or somewhere else, then yes, you can get it on Fight TV. But in the United States, you have to get it on Bleacher Report. And depending on how long you've been following AEW, I would actually recommend you do not get All Out, because the build is going to be very wonky, awkward, and non-existent, to say the least, because it's going to be 1 week removed from the biggest show they've ever done. I would say wait to the next pay-per-view where they're going to put much, much, much more time into a build, and buy that one. And I think you will be happier than getting All Out blindly like this.
Dom Wappa with a $1.99. Love Swerve, but not feeling Fox turning face again. I don't care. They kicked him out. I don't care. Playboy Borby with a $1.99. Major shame that Andrade Malachi isn't at All In. I agree with you, Playboy. Maybe we get it at All Out. Who knows? Ryan Heisler with a $10 super chat and a $2 super chat. Hey, guys, no lie. I had a dream last night that I met Jesse, and he was an asshole. LOL.
That was not a dream.
In a serious note, safe travels. Have fun Saturday and Sunday. Most importantly, embrace the European culture. Thank you, Ryan. Also, he says, I will be playing WrestleQuest Friday. Can't wait. I got it on my Steam Deck. I'll be playing it on the plane.
I don't have a Steam Deck. I'm also not riding in first fucking class.
Oh, who's riding first class, man? We don't have that type of money here. Listen, man. I'm not sitting on a 6-hour flight sitting economy, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You are a yuppie of all yuppies.
Listen, lie down seat, old fashions, and food served to me on a flight. Come on, man. Why would you say no to that?
Because I don't have enough money for it, bruh.
Okay. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not poking fun at you.
Are you laughing at the poor?
We are poors. MJF calls us poors all the time.
I don't think he's talking to us.
Yeah, he's talking to us.
Yeah, okay. Tell us about your hotel. How about that?
Who? I'm not telling you guys where I'm staying.
Tell us about your hotel. Go ahead. Come on.
I'm not. Why am I going to tell you where I'm staying? I'll tell you off the air.
This fucking guy, you have no idea.
Judgment Day Mike Harper with a $2 super chat. I have a cat named JJ, and it's not looking good for her. I'm sorry, Mike. My little one, Bailey, has been not feeling well the last 3 days. I'm taking her to the vet tomorrow, so hopefully good news there. Thank you, brother. Billy, thank you for the $100 super chat. Appreciate you. Lord J. Coyle, 22 months. Really hope to be there on Saturday. Depends what day I get into London. 2 more months until gold. And then he says, what I'd give to hear Metalingus in front of 80,000. I know, man. They'd be singing right along with Miles, but he's not going to be there. A Watson with a 15 months. Hope you guys have a nice trip. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make it to All In. I'm sure AEW is going to deliver a banger show. OTS for life. Thank you, Watson. Sinister with 11 months. Hey, JD, Jesse, how have y'all been mentally and physically? JD, I'm stupid, not trolling, occasionally high or drunk. My words are my own. It's been tough. The last couple months have been tough, man, mentally and physically. I'm banged up right now, man. I had a very, very tough gym session. My arm is fucked up. My biceps are sore. My back is sore. My legs are sore. I'm a fucking broken man. How you feeling, Jesse?
You know, I mean, I feel like complaining about regular everyday shit is complaining for no reason. I don't feel like I'm going through anything that the average person isn't going through, to be honest.
There you go. The smart answer.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I can't complain. At the end of the day, you know, thanks to, you know, fantastic fans and, you know, stuff like that, I'm going to London. So what can I complain about?
There you go. Edward Lou with a $9.99. Loved Ospreay's promo. Would have loved for him to rouse the crowd up more if he mentioned he was better than MJF and the Tribal Chief, like how Jericho got a crowd buzz with Mania. Have fun in London. Ospreay doesn't need to mention those guys, bro. I mean, he didn't even need to mention anybody else. We all know the body of work that he's done this year. Sean Ray J with a $5 super chat. If Goldberg shows up, how are y'all going to be excited and chanting Goldberg with the crowd? No, we're not going to be chanting that. I know Jesse's going to be excited to see Goldberg for the first time in person.
You know, I tuned in for a few minutes to TNT last night.
Yeah.
When you're going to think I'm bullshit. When I turned on the stream, the first thing I heard was you fucking kissing Goldberg ass.
No, I wasn't.
No, I heard it myself, man.
No, I wasn't, man. I mentioned what we already talked about, bro. It should have been Goldberg versus Wardlow.
And it's all recorded on YouTube right here.
It should have been Wardlow versus Goldberg, bro.
I said, does he fucking like Charlotte Flair on Tuesday nights too? What am I looking at right now?
No, Charlotte Flair I don't like on any night. Neither does Andrade. Apparently they broke up.
I know you guys saw what I'm talking about.
Apparently there's rumors going around that Andrade and Charlotte have axed their marriage. I don't know. No more swimming with dolphins with Andrade. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Tone C. 6 months. JD, have you ever listened to Power Glove? Absolutely. They have a version of Gotta Catch 'Em All. Yeah, they also have a version of Under the Sea from The Little Mermaid with Mark Hudson singing from Dragon Force. I know, man. I know. Go listen to it. It's fucking phenomenal. Nick Williams, $2 super chat. Jesse's wife invading OTS. Jesse's not happy.
Sure, her phone's fucking broken, so we had to go drop it off to get fixed. And they didn't give it back to us before they closed, so now she feels just out of place without a phone. So she's out there with my phone, chatting on my fucking account. She has her tablet talking about how can she watch the stream. She has her tablet.
Watch it on the TV. You got smart TVs there, no?
Yep, all of them.
Francis Loop with 10-10. If Ray Fenix can't make it, then just have it 5-on-5. Wasn't Eddie Kingston head of a faction during the pandemic with the Lucha Brothers and Butcher and Blade? They can be the BCC partners. I don't think you watched the show tonight, brother. You're going to choose Butcher and Blade over Proud and Powerful? I know I'm not. They did make it a 5-on-5. Watching Rampage on my DVR, the ladies have main evented 3 of the last 4 episodes, and Sky Blue was in 2 of those matches. The NXT storyline of who laid out Aleister Black. Did you like it? I loved it. That's when NXT was at its peak. And I'm sorry that you have to watch Rampage on DVR, bro. I don't even watch Rampage while it's happening. Never mind going back and intentionally watching it days later.
I haven't gone back and watched Collision yet.
Me neither.
I have not seen Collision.
Macho Maniac, $2 super chat. What the fuck am I drinking? Coffee. Feeling maniac. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Sarit Mohanty with 179 in rupees. Ospreay to AEW or WWE post New Japan contract, and he's going to AEW.
Yeah. He's standing in the ring of the company he's going to next.
Eddie Hazard, 24 months. Thank you, brother. That golden microphone looks very, very nice on you. Joseph Taylor with a 3. Dolphins are beautiful creatures. Yes, they are. And Francis Loop with a $10 super chat. Maybe we can get that story with the ladies who laid out Sky Blue in the parking lot of the arena, busted and bloody like Nick Wayne. Give the ladies a storyline outside the championship. Jesse and I have been asking for that for years.
Yeah.
It's up for AEW. It's up to AEW to do something like that, and they're not going to do that.
And I thought we were to find out who laid Sky Blue. I don't know.
Yeah, Kyle Fletcher.
Okay.
And Stu Sexton with 42 months. I was there tonight. Show was pretty good from where I was. I can't wait for Sunday. I will go back and listen to the show when I get home. OTS for life. Stu, thank you so much, brother. As always, for 42 months, and hopefully you had a great time with the show.
Where are you with Destiny?
Leveling up my whatever that fucking thing is, the lectern.
Did you pre-order for the fusion rifle?
No.
Yeah.
No. I want to get what I need to do here, and then I'll pre-order. I'm gonna pre-order it anyway, but it is what it is. Anyway, guys, I and Jesse have got to get rest. We got a flight to catch and a busy day tomorrow. So thank you guys very much for all of your support on the show. Thank you for hanging out with us on this Wednesday night, which we thought was a very good go-home show for AEW and All In. Follow us on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Follow Jesse on Twitter at Chi-Town Smart. Go follow his YouTube channel, same at. Go check out all the other videos on the channel. If you guys want more content, I'll have more content up for you on Thursday and on Friday. Hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 800 likes. We need 52 to get there. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you for the recommitments to the VIP club right here on OTS, guys. And please make sure you show up at the meet and greet if you're attending and flying out to London, man. All bar one, Waterloo. Keep an eye on the socials, man. Thank you guys very much. And we'll see you in the United Kingdom for Off the Script. We'll see you guys later.
Is anyone listening?